great competitive Heat 1A. How about 1B for the Unlimited? Here now, your Muckleshoot Casino lineup from first all the way out to lane 5. Oh boy, Oberto inside. Dave Villwock in the E-Lam Plus in lane 2. Grandview on the Lake in 3. Jones Racing is in 4. That's David Williams piloting, and the Whirlpool Miss Albert Lee with Brian Perkins at the controls in lane 5.
Up into the upper corner now, and of course, based on their qualifying speeds in this first stanza, the choice of lanes went to Dave Villwock. He took number 2, likes that better. He's going to try to keep the oh boy Oberto inside of him. He's going to test Steve David right away. In lane 3, it's the Grandview on the Lake. That's the U3 boat, the Ellstrom-powered boat with Jimmy King. Jones Racing with David Williams, and on the outside, we have the U48 Whirlpool presents Albert Lee. Here they come to the line. Good start, and right away we hook up the E-Lam and the oh boy Oberto. No surprise there. The Oberto is right on the buoy line, the E-Lam right outside, and the Oberto seems to have a bit of advantage, Chip, as they come off the exit pin.
Dave Villwock giving away that lane 1 had to make sure that he wasn't ahead of him at the start, but he let Steve David get a better start, and now he's going to have to work really hard to go around him on the outside, but it looks like he might get it done.
He's got him by about a boat length now as they enter into the upper corner for the first time. Oh, E-Lam loses the skid fin and loses a little bit of ground as a result of going over those parallel rollers in the corner. And Steve David pushes him outside just a little bit without violating the lane and comes down to the start-finish line, a half a rooster tail ahead as they come across the line at the end of lap number 1. And this was a fast one, Pat.
First lap at 145.784 miles an hour. That's screaming.
They're really screaming for competition. Into that lower corner again. Here is a real dual, Chip. Carry him through.
Well, unfortunately, Dave Villwock got into that rough water right there, and look at what that did. It set him way back, and Dave Villwock might have made a big mistake by letting Steve David have that inside lane.
And he's kind of kicking himself, and he's also keeping the throttle down as he comes up on the outside again. But he's got a tougher time this time trying to catch Steve and David. They look a little closer in that particular corner than they really are from the angle that we're looking at them. But out of the corner now, Steve David again trying to push Dave Villwock out just a little bit. Still about the same margin at the end of lap number 2 as at the end of lap number 1. Although this time Steve David is seeing less and less in the mirrors and more right out the side window as they come charging into that corner for the third and final time.
Steve David's got to have a good corner here, and he's got to hope Dave Villwock hits some of that rough water. But Dave Villwock stays up. Dave, we got into the rough water again. Had to go out, and that might have given Steve David the little advantage he needs, but it's going to be tight.
Now he really pours it on, Pat.
Oh, they're bow to bow. This is an unlimited hydroplane race to be remembered. Turned the last lap at 148 miles an hour. Call it through that corner, Mike.
He found his way back to the front this time, Dave Villwock did, and this time he's going to have to try to keep Steve David pinned. And again, Steve David pushes him out a little bit, regains the lead off the exit pin. Here they come down to the start-finish line. This is going to be just pure horsepower, and that'll belong to the orange boat. And Dave Villwock wins Heat 1B. Right behind him, it's the oh boy Oberto, a very tight race.
Villwock turned that last lap at 147.8 miles an hour.
And Chip, despite getting into that rough water in those corners, Dave definitely has a little more beans under the bonnet.
He does, and Dave did a really good job. He, here come we've got who's that finished in third, Mike?
That's the Albert Lee coming through in third place now, and that's Brian Perkins. And we got a good battle between David Williams and Jimmy King for 4th and 5th, and David Williams will take the measure of that one as he brings the U9 across the Jones Racing and the last boat across the line, the U3 Grandview on the Lake.